I just realized this right when I was about to record, and I was thinking about some shit. I had some other shit to say, but when you have faith that what you could call God or a higher power, I like to just use God. Keep it simple, keep it pragmatic. Quit trying to fight some of the stuff of the, well, technically, because you want to be like right about everything. When you have faith that there's a higher power, it will help you get through a lot of shit that's happening in this material world. And I'm not trivializing this material world here, but it can help you move on because you have something that you're shooting for that's bigger than yourself and bigger than... It's also about yourself, but it's also about other people. But it can align you with that. Like, yo, God is with me. I was just thinking about that because I've been going through a lot of stuff with women lately. And, you know, it's awesome. It's got its pros and its cons. You don't want to get trapped in a fantasy land too hard. I think you need a girl that can meet you in the middle. But, yeah, this whole point of this video today, though, I just wanted to record something because I realized I haven't really been making any videos as much lately. And I know I'm pretty serious right now. Sometimes I'm very uppity. Maybe you could tell I have like a tan going on. I just got back from, it's not a beach, but it's like a dam and there's like waterfalls and shit like that. And I was just blasting myself in the sun. It's been really sunny these few days, but summer is coming. And yeah, the video I was going to make today was basically talking about, so like I had a pretty productive day. But if you've watched any of my older videos, I usually talk about how I feel like it's very important to work out, exercise. Because from what I've noticed with exercise and working out, lifting heavy, having a goal and meeting your goal or getting very close to your goal, you know, pragmatically, like kind of keep it grounded a little bit. Having that goal, when you have that, what I've noticed for myself is you have this feeling of accomplishment, and that feeling of accomplishment can drive you forward to be like, all right, yeah, like kind of put you in a mood. You're like your brain is kind of like you're like sharp, you're sharper, you know. And even the exercise itself. So I was at this dam, and I didn't really exercise today. I was busting out some like fucking pull-ups here and there and some push-ups, and those are great. But that's why I'm gonna get back into the gym because I've been doing a lot of calisthenics and kind of saving my money because the gym I go to is $100 a month. But it's a really nice gym, so I don't mind paying for it. But like lifting heavy weight, like excruciating weight, where it's kind of forced to get out of your own head when you're like lifting heavy, or you go for a jog, you go for like a mile or 2 mile, whatever miles you want to do. But I'm at the dam, and I'm just feeling like kind of really sloppy and kind of anxious, especially because I had coffee. To me, it's like, have coffee and do something with coffee, you know? Like, go do exercise, get that energy out, ground yourself a little bit. Because coffee can be really good, in my opinion, from my experience, to sharpen up your mind a little bit. But you could also start feeling really jittery and stuff if you're not doing something about it. You're not fucking lifting, you're not fucking moving and grooving when you have coffee, because it can make you a little bit, little jittery. So it's good to get some exercise in. But so I was at the dam, and I ended up, you know, I was just kind of feeling like, I don't really have like a lot of oomph, you know what I mean? And so what I did, I just got to a point where I started doing squats. Yeah, there's girls around. Yeah, all that shit. Yeah, you can get all in your head and be like, oh, I'm showing off. Am I doing this because I'm showing off? Sure, dude. Maybe a part of you is. But it's waking your ass up. Fucking show off a little bit. Show off a little bit. Quit trying to be this fucking emo lesbian that's like, I don't show off. Dude, do it. It's always those little lesbian, little gay, like, and I'm not even being like gay people. There's like awesome gay people. Like, go check out Scooby169 or whatever the fuck his YouTube channel is. This dude is a gay bodybuilder, you know. But it's like I'm using the term more of like these kind of like, there's like kind of the nerdy people that are like, I don't want to go to the prom. The prom's stupid because they have no like they don't have the social skills and the ability to socialize. So they go in this place where they're like, that's dumb. Look at this person working out. What, are you just trying to show off? Yeah, bitch, sure. Also, it's making me feel good. There's a goddamn line. So when I'm using the term like lesbian and like gay, I'm talking about these like I guess you could just say the word pussy, or like, I gotta find the vocabulary word for it, but these people that are like really like heady, you know, they don't believe in God. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Oh, there's a life force that gave us this blessing of life, and you can move your body in many directions and are blessed just to be like breathing and looking at these things like trees and having a place and all this type of stuff, like, you know, and like this weird fucking, like, I can't even think of the word. If you please comment, like my videos, subscribe. You know, I feel like I got to start saying that more in my videos. Like, subscribe, comment. What word would be a good word for what I'm trying to describe these type of people? But these, like, even dweebs can still be like that. But they're like know-it-alls. Like, look at that guy. Fuck it, dude. You're a fucking animal. You're a spiritual being too. Whatever that means to you. You are connected to another higher level with your soul. And also, this is here too. Like, it's one and the same, different, but same. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love Lord of the Rings, because the honor and the righteousness they had will carry on for eternity in the memories of others. And you know, like, really, I genuinely believe that. And it helps you. Spider-Man 1 and 2, Tobey Maguire. You know, you have this stuff that you could feely all day, but like, you have this kind of righteous compass that can lead you into a direction where, yes, you're gonna hurt people's feelings. Of course, you think Jesus, when he was going up to the temples and stuff like that, he wasn't hurting their feelings, but he was pointing out their logic and how the logic didn't make any fucking sense. So yes, you're gonna hurt people's feelings, but you're not doing it out of like a malicious place. You're doing it out of this place where this doesn't seem right. There's something off here, and I need to say something. You know, so it's like this honor, this type of stuff. And the thing is, like, I can't say why fully, but that's the type of stuff where it's like, I was in a situation where I knew I probably shouldn't have been doing it. I tried my best not to, but the honor and the righteousness was still there, and it was still in the top of my head, and it was like, you know, this is going to affect other people than you. You know what I mean? Yes, it seems nice in the fantasy, but like, it's going to affect other people that you care about and you love. And there's going to be things that you're going to do that are still going to affect other people that you love and care about. But it's sometimes those things that you just know on a deeper level, where it's just like, all right, if I make this decision, how can I be with this friend, with this guy, like that type of stuff. So it is nuanceical. You got to find what's right for you. But again, to the point, basically, I was talking about how working out, feeling very lethargic. I wasn't even feeling lethargic. I was just like, and I could tell I was like anxious the way I was talking. I didn't have enough oomph. You know, I couldn't have those, I want to say, boundaries. Even I was talking to these group of kids, and I was like, kind of like, you know, little, like, they weren't like kids. They were like fucking, like 17-year-olds and stuff that knew me. But I didn't feel as grounded and as strong and as powerful as I usually would to be able to navigate those situations. There's nothing crazy. I just was like, I could just tell I was off. So then I ended up getting up. I got sparked up. I had like 2 beers. I got sparked up, started doing squats, started doing push-ups, feeling that feeling of like you're being watched. Hell yeah, fuck yeah, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing it. Whether I'm showing off or I'm doing it for myself, fuck it, who cares? When you say who cares, I'm not going to care, because this is making me actually feel good. You know, being able to be seen and everything like that, seen for doing awesome shit and doing things is totally fucking fine. I think you can feel it. I think you just know. You know what I mean? And that those thoughts might bump up on you, and that's probably stuff from when you were a kid that, you know, maybe you were bullied, or maybe certain things were happening where you're like, oh, I don't want to be that guy. You know, I respect guys and women that do sports, that compete, because when you're competing, you're not like, oh, wait, am I being a show-off? No, there's no time for that. You're fucking boom, 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 I gotta win. I want to win. Why are you competing if you're not trying to win? Why are you in a wrestling match if you're not trying to win? You want to make sure the other person feels good? What about you? When I'm in the gym, oh, I don't want to look like a show-off because I'm doing handstand push-ups. Dude, Let them know. You can do handstand push-ups. This is a part of your freaking workout. Maybe they'll be inspired. Maybe some of them are going to fucking hate on you. Let them fucking hate on you. Let them be mad that your physique looks fucking better. It's not like you're going up to them and be like, your physique's fucking shitty. You know, it depends on how you talk to a motherfucker. But you could talk to a person with kindness and still bring your A game and inspire them. You know in your heart of hearts that's not where you're coming from. But you also are like, I want to do handstand push-ups. I want to dance around. You're going to probably look like a show-off to some people. But why would you need to care about you coming like a show-off to some people when you don't go to sleep with them and when you go to bed? They're not in your fucking house. They're not in your fucking room. They're not with you when you're sleeping, when you're by yourself, when you're with yourself. But anyways, I digress. But it's like, you know, then I ended up going for a run. I was doing some push-ups. I grabbed my speaker and my phone. I just started jogging up and down the trail that I was around. I was jogging. And I came back and I felt fucking better. I felt like I had like oomph in me. I felt it was easier to communicate. It was easier for me not to get in my feelings about certain things. Yes, a feeling might pop up and I'd be like, whatever, you know. It was a lot easier for me to block certain things out, defend myself from certain things. You have a lot of these fucking losers in the spiritual community. And I say this off of coming back from all this stuff. That is like, well, you gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. No, some shit you do not let inside. You do not let it inside. You are not becoming some enlightened guru because you are letting every single emotion inside of you. Sometimes you gotta block it the fuck off. I know we live in a society now where it's like so therapeutical, and there's some good therapists too. Like I love Jordan Peterson. I don't know about now. Like I want to say like I love, but like back in the day, in the heyday when he had all those videos. Dude was saying some real shit. You gotta get your freaking mind and your soul right, dude. You got one life to freaking live. After that, though, I felt freaking sharp. If you see my short, I put up the short when I was at the dam area. And look at, I'm looking pretty juicy right now. I'm looking pretty good right now. You know? You gotta get out of that mindset and trying to appease others sometimes. Because sometimes you might not think that you're appeasing other motherfuckers in terms... But you're dimming your light to appease people, and you're making yourself believe that that's not what you're doing. You know, show off, be seen, be the best that you can be. Quit worrying so much about how other people feel, because at that point you're not worrying about yourself. You're not thinking about yourself or caring for yourself and your state of mind and how you are feeling right now. There's a balance. You know, it's not like you go around prancing like, you're a fucking loser. You know what I mean? You're not saying that. You know. You freaking know. Think about it when you're by yourself and you're in your own house and you're fucking like goofing off. There's a balance. Maybe you shouldn't do that at an important business meeting. But it's good to be able to bring that energy. So I brought that. I went for a freaking run. There's a girl running across the street. Like, none of this to me is trivial at all. Bring it. Bring the oomph. Bring the anger or whatever they call it. Bring the rage. Bring all these things. I'm getting a call right now. But, you know, and find that balance, whatever it is. There are some things in your emotion that might be right. You know, consideration is okay. But over consideration towards others is not okay. Now you're detrimenting yourself. You're damaging yourself. So, you know, whatever you take from this video, I gotta keep uploading. I know when I don't have the drive to upload, something's off. Because I know logically, and logic is awesome. Logic to me is like, hey, you can still feel with logic. Logic is not feeling, but to me it's feeling correctly. You're not getting caught up in a fantasy. Like, I'm like, oh, wow, this feels nice. And you're like, great show, Wolf's Rain. I said it before, and I'll probably say it again. I'll probably bring it up many times. There's these wolves that can appear as human, looking for the promised land. And then this one wolf, he ends up being in this place with this girl, and they're like talking. He's like, it feels so comfortable and so nice. She's giving him loving feelings and all this bullshit, right? Which that could be nice in the right setting. Depends on the situation. You guys both have to be clicking with that, right? But then he's like, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something, and I forget what it is. Find and behold, he was actually under a poisonous plant that was killing him. So I'm not saying don't ever be comfortable, but what I am saying is sometimes that fantasy of what we would call love, or this deep emotion is actually killing you. And it's finding the right one, in my mind, where you can feel those feelings with, but also you guys both have an understanding that sometimes you're not going to be like that. You're going to be fucking amped up on your own shit. That's why I'm like, dude, check out Eric freaking Bugenhagen. Not to ride his goddamn dick, but like the dude's energy is right. And he's got a wife and he's got a kid and they've had a marriage for like 20 years practically now. But he's still bringing it. He's like, yes! When you see me amped up like that, it's usually because I've been watching a lot of Eric. And it makes me feel freaking good. It makes me feel freaking sharp. You can't try to be fixing everybody around you. The best thing you can do is try to be an example for those around you. And some people are going to fucking hate you and dislike you. If you try to get everybody to like you, something going on. Something wrong there. You're weak. You're weak-minded. And when I'm being like that, I'm being weak-minded. And people don't like to hear that shit because they're weak-minded. And there might be a lot of nuance there too. For your own situation. You know, it doesn't mean you have to force. Sometimes you have to feel the vibe out. You know what I'm saying? You find that balance. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say here. Anyways, guys, peace out. Have a good night.